So about a month ago, Virtual Riot released this absolute acid trip of a track. The song evolves around this art which seems to dance around chaotic and organised mayhem. Upon listening, it might sound like creating these kind of rhythms can be very difficult, but it's actually kind of easy. It just takes a wee bit of time. If you haven't checked out the full track that I made, I recommend giving that a listen, as it'll give you a good idea of the sort of stuff we're going to go over in this video. Mainly we're going to be looking at a couple of different polyrhythms. If you want to download a stripped back version of this project, I'll leave a link below. So what is a polyrhythm? It is when we have two different rhythms playing independently of each other in the same time signature. This visual representation by PCC Free Space shows it pretty well. So we'll begin by taking a look at creating the main melody. So the first thing I did was went over to Google and typed in all notes in whatever, A minor, major, blah, and then just copied all these, A, B, C, D, E, F. Easy enough. And let's go down one octave as well. There we are. Now, from the grid, this one will just stay on the grid. So the top note was always bang on the beat. And this one goes over. And then if you take snap off, you just shift it over by 1. And this one would be 2. So it's easier if you drag all of these first. This one would be 1, 2, 3. And then just copy this all the way down. This is the bit you don't want to screw up, because if you do, then the whole thing will be kind of fudged. Now, after doing this for quite a while, this is the fastest method that I found. If you guys have any quicker ideas, then please comment. But basically, we're going to start off here, and we're just going to slide these over. Oops. Click and drag. And then overlap these notes, then delete that one there. And just work your way all the way down. And then starting at the top again, select all these notes here. Just drag overlap just to make sure it's got the right spacing every time. And then just keep going further and further. The process does get quicker because you're dragging more of these notes. But it's the first bit takes a while. And especially if you've got, notes all the way up to like C8 and then down here. And eventually you end up with something like this. Pretty cool. Now for creating the sound itself, I just made it in Vital. Just selected this Vital Sine 2. Just sounds a bit different from a regular sine wave. Really short, plucky sound going on here in the ADSR. And then the effects I had on that. We had the chorus, room reverb, regular reverb, shimmer. That was to create a blur. Limiter just to sidechain to the kick, and then a filter and an EQ. Pretty basic stuff. Now the other rhythm I wanted to show you is this chord pluck over here. So it just starts off with 16th notes, then as the tempo falls, we go into this, the syncopated. As the tempo falls, we go into this syncopated rhythm here. This
This is a pretty standard rhythm in a lot of house and techno. It's just eighth dotted notes. So that'd be like your normal one, and then you just shift those. You just shift these over here. So we got 2 spaces in between, and then as the song progressed, I just changed a few of these notes. So these go back to normal 8th notes. And each one of these patterns is just a slight variation on that. So for this one here, as you can see, for these notes, just drag them over 1 step. That's pretty much it for all the rhythmical sort of stuff. In this track, I did have fun experimenting with the tempo changes, especially the transitions to the songs, but I think I'll save that for another video. Making this song is probably the most fun I've had in a project in years, so highly recommend messing about with these polyrhythms.